Hello there, and welcome to a beginner's guide on how to serve the Nigerian God. Now, I need you to pay a very close attention to everything I'm going to say before we dive right into this video. You need to pay attention to everything that I'm going to say in this video. And if you know you're not going to watch this video to the end, it's better you just stop it right now and not waste my time and your time. Right. You must watch this video to the very end. You cannot have any opinion. You cannot say you disagree with whatever I'm going to say because after all, you don't know the Nigerian God. I'm the one that knows him, right? And if you have opinions, please go to YouTube and create your own video about how to serve the Nigerian God. Now, let's get into it. In case you didn't catch that, that's the very first thing about serving the Nigerian God. You must be able to obey and follow instructions of your fellow man, aka your papa and your mama. Because if you don't listen to papa, you will end up in fire. And we don't want you to end up in fire. That's why I'm giving you a stern warning. So listen to your church leaders. It does not matter whether they are right or they are wrong. After all, they are the ones who went to the school of theology to learn about how to serve this Nigerian God or worship him. You didn't do that. You tried to go and study engineering or pharmacy or whatever it is that you tried to study, right? And now you want to be arguing with people who have deep knowledge about God? I pity you. I pity you, my brothers and sisters in the Lord. Now, let's go to the next step about serving the Nigerian God is you must be ready to suffer. I say suffer. Can somebody say suffer? Suffer. Yes. In fact, the more the suffer and the more the suffer does not concern you, the more your blessings. Amen? Now, the second thing about serving the Nigerian God, or probably even the third thing, I can't even keep count of these things because there is father. Somebody say papa. Papa. Okay. So the third thing or the second thing about serving the Nigerian God is that you must attain a position in church. If you want to do it very well, be a pastor, right? But if the grace of the Nigerian God does not allow you to be a pastor, make sure you're an elder, right? If your salvation or you're not strong enough to be an elder, make sure you're a deacon or maybe a deaconess or something. And the reason for that is so that you can have what? Weaknesses. Now, if you don't have a position in church, you cannot say that you have weaknesses with the Nigerian God because you don't even have responsibilities. Who are you shepherding? Who are you caring for? And how dare you, who does not have any responsibility, say that you are sleeping with your church members? Does that even sound nice to you? Right? So whenever you are an elder, you're a church and all of those things, don't worry. You have permission to drink beer, you have permission to do whatever it is, right? Anything that is sinful. Because what? You just say, well, it's your weaknesses because you have what? You have a position in church. And that takes me to the next thing, just in case you are not able to attain a position in church, is to have money. Somebody say money. Money, right? Even the Bible said it now. It said, oh, when right? Owo is not just the keke of Inyirere. Owo can also be the keke for your weaknesses. So when they accuse you of sleeping with an underage person, all you have to do is just what? Take some of your money and donate it to the church building, and nobody is going to say anything again. You're going to be what? A very good person. Make sure you have a lot of money. They are going to what? To serve the Nigerian God. Now, this is a very serious matter that we are getting into now. To serve the Nigerian God, you need to understand the Nigerian God. And one of the things about the Nigerian God is that the Nigerian God is a picky eater. No, sorry, the Nigerian God is picky. Don't stress the Nigerian God with your blessings or prayers for salvation. No! Make sure that the only time you go to the Nigerian God is when you have problems. And those are problems that you think is even beyond your control. That is beyond your money or is beyond your position. Say, for example, you want to apply for a visa or you want to get admission into university, or you've tried everything else after talking to like all your neighbors and everybody seems to be disappointing you. Now remember that, oh, it seems I serve a God, right? Let me go to him and pray to him to help me out. Make sure that you always try to figure things out by yourself before you talk to him, because what the Nigerian God is a picky eater. No, sorry, he's very picky with the kind of prayers that he attends to. Of course, you cannot be wasting his time with all of your prayers. Make sure that the only time you talk to the Nigerian God is what? When you have bigger problems that you think that you cannot solve. Now, the last but not the least about serving the Nigerian God is you need to be wicked. Because like I've mentioned, or like you probably know, there's a lot of things that happen in Nigeria that does not even concern people. And we know that all of these things are man-made and it's not even the devil. In fact, the devil sometimes needs to come and do an internship in Nigeria to learn how to properly be wicked. And lucky for you, you are born in Nigeria, you are serving the Nigerian God. So why will you not be wicked, right? And also, how do you distract people from their suffering if they are not being wicked? So, for example, a student comes to you, you was sick and all of those things, you're a lecturer, instead of you to help him out, you will tell him, no, No, there's no such thing as deadline on your head. The only thing that you know is God's time. And since you not keep to God's time, you are not going to be able to help him out. Remember, those Nigerian students, sometimes some of them, they even smoke, they do yahoo yahoo, some of them do prostitution. So it does not concern you. You have to be wicked to them. So wickedness, the more your blessings in the hands of the Nigerian God. If you disagree with anything I've said, one thing, of course, is you are going to end up in a fire, right? And that, my friends, is how you serve the Nigerian God. Cheers.